big transition. Let's go. All right, sweet. So what we got here? So we can see a little bit of adaptation here in the draft. The Mangoes, they've taken away Camille, Udyr, Seraphine. Makes sense. Seraphine is a pick that both Slapper and Puppets play, so it's not just removing it from one, but both. And yeah, Camille is real strong. Meanwhile, on the other side, we can see they took away the Caitlyn, so that makes a lot of sense there. Belveth away from Winter and Darius away from Ice Machine. Also, just in general, Darius is one of those champions. He's one of the more dangerous top laners, especially in isolated 1v1s. And even when ganks occur, 2v1s, Darius is one of the best champions at turning those around because his heal off of his Q, he heals more if he hits more people with it. And so ergo, and also just the pure damage off of his bleed is real strong. But yeah, we can see also, just to kind of finalize the discussion on the top side, they had to blind pick Ice Machine Ornn. So something that he's hoping to go even on. And in retaliation, we see Slimsy's taking the Kled. Kled has been a champion who's popped up more than you would anticipate, I think. He's not someone with a massive pick rate during this patch or generally ever. I feel like he's one of those champions that, like, the people that know how to play him, and not anyone else really does. He's not a champion that gets picked up casually. So unfortunately, that does also mean, as someone who doesn't play Kled, I am not familiar with his matchups. But we have seen it a couple times. Johnny's been playing it a lot for the MacMoody's Mandem. So we'll have to see whether or not Slimsy can do something here on this Kled up against the Ornn. Oh, all right, let's see. Okay, okay, never mind. Nothing important there in the chat. I was praying we were going to get some flame, but these are not the right teams for that. You know, we don't have a MacMoody's Mandem or a Cutter's Cuties in all chatting shit. We have humble teams. Never mind. Someone just said they love Israel. Jesus Christ. Let's not get political, guys. Christ, man. That's not where we want to be in life. I don't want to be talking about politics on my League of Legends, you know? God damn. That's crazy. But anyway, we have fairly chill start here. Nothing too interesting. One thing I will notice, I don't think this is common. Wukong hasn't got a pot, so Fiddlesticks can get away with no pot on his first clear because his main ability when he's clearing also heals him for pretty much all of the damage he deals. But Wukong is not as good in the first clear. Like, you know, he doesn't have a healing ability. So he's probably going to come out of his first clear with significantly less health than Sevan will. So if we can see they're pathing in the same way. They're both doing the top to bottom full clear probably. And also Fiddlesticks' clear should be faster. So he will get to that bottom Skull Crab first. And with more health and with a fear, I think that favors 5DK here. But let's not be too hasty. Let's see how things play out. And the early lanes seem to be fairly passive here. We see a little bit of aggression as the level 2 comes out here by Thorben, but honestly, the trade doesn't actually go positively for him. It's fairly neutral, so it ends up kind of being whatever. Level 2 power spike here for the bot lane as well, but nothing's going to happen. We see 5DK, they respect it. They don't want to get caught by any Zyra roots. They don't want to take any more damage than they need to. And we kind of have nothing really interesting going on here. You can see Wukong actually is moving faster than the Fiddlesticks here. They have killed the same number of camps, but Wukong is already on his chickens, so he might actually get to that Skull Crab first. And if his team move, you know, they've got the push right now, so obviously the wave's gonna crash. We'll see if they can maintain the push. Will allow them to roam and help him, but who knows? I don't want to count on that just yet. We need to see how things play out. And the early CS is also fairly standard here. Xayah has a little bit more, which is pretty much the entirety of the gold lead right now. Only 200, completely negligible. But Other lanes, fairly similar. You know, Thorburns a little behind. Top lane is completely equal between Ice Machine and Slimzy. And also both pots in the mid lane have been burnt. We can see they're trading really aggressively. The mana is down. Sevan here maybe starting something. TD Camper has to flash away just to dodge the Jhin route. And it looks... AutoCam doesn't want us to see it, but we do have a tussle going on in the bot lane. Instead, we have to watch top. So that's all good. But yeah, we can see here, and pay attention to the mini-map. Never mind, ignore what I'm talking about. We might have a fight. TD Camper, okay. He is flashless, so if something happened to him, it would have been pretty bad. But it ends up meaning nothing. I want to see what happened there. We didn't get to see what... I talked about this whole Scuttlecraft situation for like a whole minute, bro. And we didn't see what happened. All we know is Sevan got it. But TD Camper's taking big damage. God damn. The Ignite doesn't finish him. But when they get Vision, the Jhin just goes boom. 4, easy kill, first blood. And that's going to actually make a dent in the gold lead here as we reach 4.5 minutes. But yeah, I mean... I think that was maybe a little over-aggression from him. Walter was really far back because he had no mana, so he didn't really want to fight. But we saw Zyra was really pushed up, and so I think it was a really good play by Puppets to just jump on them, land the knock-up, and then Slapper was able to just finish it off. And if you're bot lane right now, in comparison to the last game, I think you're kind of happy with that. We have the Serrated Dirk picked up by Jhin. But I haven't even mentioned the fact there's now a 21 CS lead. I think him basing there and Walter not basing at all, even though his support lane or his supports died and, you know, disappeared, we now have a 2-level lead in the bot lane. I think the fact Walter wasn't punished actually makes things really good for him right now. Even though they lost the kill there, he's now gone back. They probably have more gold because a kill is about 15 CS roughly, and he's got a little over 20 CS in the lead right now. And his base is strong too. He gets the BF sword first item. That's essentially the most AD you can get off of a component item. So not really that worried about the fact that they gave away the first blood here at all. But regardless, we can see here in the top lane, a little CS lead is building for Slimzy. He's just gone back to base, pick up the Tiamat, and that is going to allow him to clear waves way more easily. I don't think that Kled is someone who struggles with clearing waves in general. His Q hits everything that it goes through, so if he throws it through the wave, it's pretty strong. But with his, I believe it's his W, which is the auto attack reset and also attack speed. Never mind. Don't talk about that. Talk about the fact that Walter's caught. Walter's gonna go down. I was watching him there like, don't flash that, bro. You're not getting out. Even if you flash, they're gonna get you, right? And luckily, he thought more of it. You know, he thought wiser of it and decided to hold that flash, accept his death. And that's Sevan's first kill on the map right there. He's gonna be happy with that. We can see Puppets maybe in the wrong place here. Luckily, Brad's there to give him the escape route, though. He tried to get a little bit of vision, but I believe TD Camper immediately killed that vision. So, yeah. It's still going to be a free Drake, though. They're going to be happy with that. 3-man commit to the Drake. Don't even need to smite it there as well. We can see that Sevan is stacking 2 smites here, probably in preparation for those grubs that will come up. Fair? No, never mind. I'm tripping. Like, the grubs got taken. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I didn't see that happen live, but the grubs did go down to Deluxe Mango Gaming side. Presumably, Wukong took that as a quick trade while he knew the enemy team were prioritizing that dragon. So, yeah. But as we return to a time of transitional period of peace within this game, as waves continue to push. Let's take stock of what we have right now. You know, we got 15 CS lead in the top lane, 10 CS lead in the jungle for Winter, which is, I think, again, if you are Wukong right now, you're probably okay with that. Wukong is a champion that has issues having impact until he gets the correct setup. He needs the correct conditions. So, again, he needs his ultimate and he needs Triforce. As soon as he has those two things, that's when he can out-skirmish anyone in the game. And a nice little knock-up root combo here onto Walter. Walter loses 60% of his HP just for existing near that turret. That was brutal there for him. Really good, control, in my opinion, on the side of 5DK here. Being able to be like, oh, this is illegal, he shouldn't be here, and then punishing him, but not being like, we need to go for the kill. Just knowing you chunked him and then letting him fall back, and if he bases, he loses waves, right? So, and if he stays and you get that chance to do that again, this time is a kill. I think it's really smart, really calculated play on their part, and considering the gold lead is only 500 right now, and he was down 10 CS, it's good play. It's good play. But let's focus on where the junglers are at right now. We can see there are no camps up right now for the Wukong, so it looks like he's pathing to the over-pushed Kled to maybe make something happen, but unfortunately he's walking right over a ward. Ice Machine is going to try and start something, but, Slimsy's aware of it, so he's just going to walk away. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Sevan is going to get a nice ultimate. Curtain Call is going to pick up TD Camper, and this performance for Deluxe Mango Gaming's bot side is night and day. In the first game at this point, the Caitlyn had like 3 plates, and Zyra was hurting everyone. Right now, they're down 2 kills. Their summoners are almost perpetually on cooldown because Sevan is, I guess we mentioned it in Champ Select, right? We were like, we want to see more focus on that bot side. Jason in the last game said, how do they come back from it? Focus bot side. And that's clearly what they're trying to do. They know that passively, Brad is winning mid, and passively, Slimzy is winning top. So we can see, especially whenever the ultimate is up, Sevan is pathing bot. He's trying to make things happen in the 2v2. Also helps that he has, the AoE ultimate will fear multiple people. Another cheeky route out of Slapper there as well is gonna lock up the Zyra. And here we have a 2v2 skirmish here. Really interesting roam by Puppets, completely abandoning the bottom lane to try and make something happen here. Flash with the ignite doesn't work out for him. They do turn it into a 1-for-1, but giving the Wukong a kill on the Rakan, maybe not the best trade, especially when we path over. Camera was like, meanwhile, bot side, and we could see what is that, 3 plates, maybe 4, before they have to fall away from this thing. That's a big chunk of change going on to the Xayah. And Jin died. We didn't even mention that. Jin dropping here. He does finish his collector, but they lose so much. It might be first turret here at 11 minutes. Slimzy is here to see if he can make something happen. He is luckily going to find TD Camper, who can't really stop him. Walter's giving up his life here to make sure they get that first turret. Does pull all the feathers back and takes Slimzy off of his mount, but it doesn't mean anything. They spoon feed the kill into the Jin, trying to give him a cheeky bit of change to, make something happen for him there, keep him equal with the Xayah. And then, yeah, we'll come over to this replay. We see the Cyclone come out by Wukong. Wukong looks like he's going to go down here, but the Flash is going to keep him alive. A little bit of a greed on the side of Puppets there. Flashes in to be like, we're going to secure this kill. I don't think Ignite's going to make it. And then as soon as he overdoes it, as soon as they're like, this is too much, the team are able to actually turn on him and kill him and get some gold out of what was ultimately just a bad exchange for the Mangoes. And we can see again, with Puppets not being there for the bot side, they're able to abuse the Jin, and Slapper's going to die for it. 3-1-1 right now is his first death of the game, but he is still down about 15 CS. And that's another uncontested Drake there. We did see Wukong throw himself over the wall with his clone to try and maybe steal it. But when he doesn't get it, it is all fundamentally wasted time. So it's a hard one. And in the top lane here, we have a bit of proxy farming going on. So that is nice there for Slimzy. I think if no one comes to contest him, we can see TD Camper has come to try and make something happen. The ultimate's going to come out of the Kled, but the camera says we should look bot, boys. So bot is where we look. It looks like Slimzy is going to get shut down. In retaliation, though, Jhin is going to get the Xayah. So, very similarly to what we saw 2 minutes ago or so, when Rakan roamed top and the Mango bot lane were able to abuse the AD carry of 5DK. Now, when the Zyra decides to show on the other side of the map, the same thing happens. So this is, again, both teams showing a display, like an understanding of the game, to be like, okay, you show there, we show here. We're always going to make sure that we're getting something on the map. With everything is a trade, and we can see that actually reflects quite effectively in the gold score. Sorry, only about 400 between them, as Winter is going to try and make a play here. He is on his own for the most part, though. TD Camper can't get in, and Torben can't get in either. A little bit of a waste of his ultimate, and the Shockwave is going to make sure he gets punished. Meanwhile, Walters in the mid lane gets caught by the ultimate of Sevan. Looks like he might get away here, though. I don't know. The silence does come out. There isn't going to be another fear. Unfortunately, they know where the Fiddlesticks is. Q comes out, so ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to the Fiddlesticks fear. He is able to secure that kill, and we are 3-9 right now. Thorben's going to have to flash away. Flash here by Brad with the dissonance is going to secure him a second kill. And this is a stark difference to what we saw in game 1, man. How do you feel about this? I mean, they got a 2k gold lead, Aaron. I think they're living good. And a dive here. Utter confidence by 5DK. Unfortunate under-calculation, or maybe over-calculation there by Puppets. Does see him die. Second time dying on the turret as well. Both of his deaths here have been by his own over-aggression. But positive, he's getting kills for his team, you know. They are 11 kills to 4 right now, and he's been a part of 7 of them. And it's not even like they've all been in the bot lane. He's making shit happen everywhere on the map right now. So, you know, 2 deaths, the cost of making gold everywhere on the map for his team, not too bad. But anyway,
not too
back
bad
to what I was
indeed.
asking you. Yeah, I think it's good for him for sure, but yeah. No, that was not. That was not Fiddlesticks. Yeah, it was the passive. Yeah, so.
I thought Zyra flashed there for a second.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, it was. So for those who don't know, Fiddlesticks' passive is he doesn't have a trinket ward. He just creates effigies of himself. So they're like, they look identical to him, and they sit in the bush forever until someone walks into them. And as soon as they walk into them, it will do an animation of his. So it might be a flash, or it might be his ultimate, or something like that. And then they will disappear forever. So it's not as good as a ward, because anyone that walks into its vicinity will know it's there, and then promptly destroy it just by seeing it. But it can sometimes bait people. So, you know, sometimes you can get a cheeky something. Or you can just land the ultimate and fear one person, and TD Campo goes straight back to the fountain. 1, 3, and 2 on him right now. Nice ultimate there by Walter, but I don't think it's going to keep him alive here. Puppets is dedicated to trying to get him. Never mind. It is able to keep him safe. He's able to completely dodge the shockwave. And we can see Winter takes big damage here. Confidence on the flash there from Slapper to secure that last kill. He is 5-1 and 5 right now. Nearly on his second item as well. The Collector putting in work to kill the Monkey King. And they're going to siege this mid lane turret right now. You know, they got 3 of the grubs. It's going to help them a little bit. It's not the majority, so it's not going to do too much. But when you got 4 members, who cares, right? Wherever you want when you're uncontested. Real easy for them. With we're talking what, like a little under a 3k gold lead right now, or what? We math is not my strong suit. Confirm for me, this is like a 3k gold lead, right? 29, yeah. 30, 31k, yeah. 3K. Yeah, they're doing all right now. They got 2 drakes, they got 3 grubs, they got 2 turrets down too. 3k gold lead, kill lead's looking good. 2 items on the mid laner as well is going to be really potent. Orianna's one of those champions that scales well with items. And when the Zyra keeps getting caught, it doesn't even matter. The reactive cyclone here by Winter isn't going to keep him alive. Double kill is going to go over to Brad, and that is a big double root for Slapper. He's going to make sure his team locks down those kills. That's 4 deaths. 4 to 17 now. Ice Machine sitting there in the mid lane farming waves like, hey guys, where'd you go? What happened? Why are you guys all dead? Meanwhile, it's just going to be a free Drake here. Soul point, in fact, for 5DK. And you got to feel real confident right now if you're on the side of 5DK. For all of the new viewers who didn't see the Summer Invitational, 5DK built a bit of a reputation for themselves as reverse sweep guys, you know, comeback kings kind of vibe. They lost in the first round, very similar, in fact, to this tournament, to the guys who ended up in the final. And then they ran the entire losers bracket, and several of those games were 2-1 wins, you know, where they lost the first game, much like they did here. So I don't think the guys in Deluxe Mango Gaming know that, but that might be for their own mental benefit, because if they lose this game and we go to Silver Scrapes, like, if it was me, I'd be afraid. And here we have a replay here. We're going to see nice engage there by the Kled and the Fiddlesticks. The reaction, like the reaction cyclone, is a real bad feeling if you are the Wukong, to be honest. You never really want to have to burn that as a reactionary thing. It's definitely something you want to be able to be the person who has, what's the word I'm looking for here? Who has like agency, and you want to be the proactive guy when you're using his ultimate, because it does have a lot of damage. It has the ability to knock up multiple members. If you have to burn it to keep yourself safe when it's one of your team's best and primary engage tools, that's kind of when you know you're a bit cooked. But I have to say, he does have the power spike right now. He is on that the big money item, the Triforce. So if he can find something, maybe you need to find, like, have to find Brad or Slapper on their own and try and make something work there. He did find puppets, but again, I'm not gonna lie, I said he was squishy in Champ Select, but when he's got this much gold on him, he's not that squishy. So I don't think that this underfed Wukong can really hurt him, and especially the enemy team kind of just showed up and protected him as well. So it was a rough time, and it looks like TD Campo's caught out again here. Isn't gonna get punished too hard though, just a cheeky, like a slap on the wrist, you know, and then he gets out, so it's not too bad for him. But oh, okay, a little bit of confidence here coming from the Mangoes. Are they going to be able to make anything happen here? They just want to try and clear out the vision, it seems. Try and make sure they get a little bit of control. Atacon has spawned in the top side, but it doesn't seem like anyone's trying to go for it. I feel like teams, as we've progressed in this tournament, have actually learned that Atacon is a super bait objective, and that you shouldn't take it when it's a 50-50, because it removing your resistances makes life real hard. All of the Forge Gold coming out here in the first 5v5 I think we've seen it in, followed by a Flash Cyclone. The Mangoes are trying to make something happen here. One of them goes down. TD Campo's got a 7th death, but Wukong does get the shutdown onto Brad. And then we see Slimzy comes in here trying to mop up the rest of them. He's going to get 2 kills here. Jim picks up 1. Ice Machine throws himself in and knocks up 4. That is a big number, but the rest of his team is down. First death for the Yawn, and that's going to be a tier 2 mid turret at least for 5DK. Maybe a little more. They don't really have the wave for it, so I think they make the wise choice. Let's go down to the bot side. We actually, I'm pretty sure, they have the Herald here too. It took the tier 2 bot on its own, and they're going to try and walk that bad boy into the tier 3, see what they can make of it. Slimzy here finds TD Camper. Is he going to make it 8 deaths? Not an 8th death, but it is going to be the Flash. And the waves are crashing. And awkwardly, nobody's catching that mid wave too. So that's missing gold and missing XP for Deluxe Mango Gaming right now. Unfortunately here, it does look like an 8th death. They knew the Flash was down, and they knew they had no vision because of the Fiddlesticks. So they just waited. And when he eventually got too curious to try and see if, maybe I could kill a ward or something, I don't know, dead. Immediate death for Zyra. 1 and 8. Stark contrast here in comparison to game 1. I feel like if you're 5DK, you're pretty happy with your choices in that draft, you know? They removed the problematic Caitlyn. I thought personally that the Zyra was also a problem. But clearly there's some kind of clairvoyance, and they knew that if you remove the Caitlyn, it wasn't going to be the same. Brad may be caught out here. Second cast of Cyclone's going to land and lock him down. 50% of his HP goes down. Saris Embrace is going to pop. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we have, well, not on the other side of the map, on the other side of the screen, Slimzy is fighting away 3 people. He does have a level lead right now, and you know he's 5-1-8 with 2 items and the improved boots. So I do not remember what the name of the tier 3 boots are for the boots of swiftness, but they do give 4% movement speed on all movement speed effects. So for someone like Kled, who his ultimate gives him a big burst of movement speed, that 4% increase is going to be massive, and it's going to allow him to cover way more ground way quicker. And I think we did kind of see that in one of the earlier fights in the mid lane, right? But either way, we get an uncontested Drake here, which is an uncontested soul. That's a mountain soul right now for the side of 5DK. So everybody on that team just got significantly beefier on the resistances end. And they're all getting shields. We see the ghost popped here by Kled. Kled's going to just run Mel down. Invulnerability comes out, but it's not going to mean much. The root kind of maybe makes it look like she might get out, but it's just not enough. 6-1-8 now. It's looking real bad for Deluxe Mango Gaming right now. And the most effective performing player on your team is the Ornn, because he's not so far down in CS and he's only 0-1-3. He's not going to be the game changer for you guys. You know, he's not going to be the guy dropping the DPS in the team fights. He's there to maybe start the fight and to tank the enemy AD carry or the enemy mid laner's damage for as much as he can. He's not here to actually drop the big boy DPS. That's what Xayah should be doing, and that's what Mel should be doing, but they can't right now. They are just having a real hard time in these team fights. So much so, we see they don't even want to contest the Atacon. We see Ruinous Atacon here. Unlike Voracious in the last game, this one will give the team XP off of these flowers, and it gives them adaptive force, which, you know, anybody who just leveled up off of that is laughing, right? We can already see there are large XP differences. There's a 3-level lead in the jungle, which makes this Baron call all the more surprising. It looks like 5DK don't know it's happening. They're just walking straight to the mid lane, and you can see a ping come out, but it's already on like 3k. This is going to be a sneak right there. They're just going to get it and get out. Objective bounty there. If they can get out here unscathed, nobody gets punished. That's massive for the side of Deluxe Mango Gaming. They should not have got that. In my opinion, that was illegal. There's no way they should have got that for free. That is just pure ignorance and lack of vision on the side of 5DK. Fortunately, super speed Kled just decides, Mel's too far up, let's kill her. And now Brad does get caught here, so it's kind of an exchange. I don't know how I feel about that one there. That's, you know, good play by the Mangoes, followed by an immediate overstep by Thorben, and you know, the correct, they just called it, pulled the trigger on trying to kill him. But then within seconds, Brad is also a little bit overpushed, and the enemy team pull the trigger on catching him. A lot of individual, I'm not going to say them questionable choices, but maybe suboptimal choices being made. But do you know what? My team's already eliminated. Maybe I shouldn't chat shit. These guys have all made it farther than I have. So, you know, maybe their choices are the right choices. I don't know what I'm talking about. How do you feel about it, Aaron? You ain't even in the tournament. I can't cuss you for anything.
Well, I feel the fact that they went past the Baron, didn't realise it was being taken, it just sneakily underneath their noses, you know. That's just that bad play from 5DK. But then, well, to get the kill on the Mel, it was a good return, but Brad just overstepped there a bit too much. Yeah. And that's cost him quite a bit. But overall, the score says it. You know, 6-26. What do we have? We have a 5k gold lead. It's like, sure that those Baron type plays are helping DMG slowly come back, but if 5DK just keep putting the pressure on, keep getting those small picks in the side lanes, I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So one thing I do want to mention is, even though there is a 20 kill difference, the gold lead is not respective of that. the fact that it is only a 5k gold lead, even though they have a 20 kill lead, is actually poorly reflective on the side of 5DK. If we look at the CS differences here, we can actually see in the carry lanes, so the mid lane and in the bot lane, there is actually significant leads for the side of the Mangoes, but this is what keeps happening. It doesn't matter if you have a 20, 30, 40 CS lead. If Kled just says, all right, press the button and kill, all of that gold on you means nothing, because you're in a mobile Mel, you're in a mobile Xayah. Xayah has the cleanse, but like cleanse doesn't do anything against Kled. Kled is 7-1 and 9 right now, and we have a big ultimate here coming out from Sedan. Gonna catch Xayah. Unfortunately, it isn't gonna catch anybody else, but they're just chasing it down here. Ice Machine at the backside. I don't think that was a wise play by him, though. He's in no man's land right now. He does flash away, but I don't think he gets out. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there we go. Unstoppable on that Fiddlesticks. 25 stacks on the Medjais. Didn't mention the Medjais when it was bought because it only had 10 stacks, but I mean, Fiddle's gonna hurt. I mean, he's not gonna hurt. He is hurting. Every team fight, as we mentioned in Champion Select, right? If they get those quick fights where it's on 5DK's terms, when it's puppets flying into them, even if it's under the turret and he ends up dying, when they get these kills, they get the gold onto the people that need it. And they get shockwaves that just blow up the support for the 9th time. God damn. TD Camper is feeling real bad in this
Elder's
game, man.
just coming up in 10 seconds. This could be the end.
This could be it. I don't know if they can do anything right now. We haven't even spoke on it, but the Xayah is on 1 item right now. Oh no, they know. Oh, it's the Brad play from last time. No! Oh, they had vision, and as soon as they saw him coming, they were like, revenge for game 1, boys. Revenge for game 1. Find him, kill him, smoke him. It's over for him. And what can you do now? Your tank is gone. He just spoon-fed them that 300 gold. And you have no frontline now. Wukong is 2 and 6. He's got a Sundered Sky and a Triforce. He can't fight these guys. He does have the Cyclone. He might be able to fly in and try to steal the dragon, but that's not a winning fight right there, you know? Not when every member of 5DK are up, and they didn't even lose much. We see the Shockwave come up. Walter has the ult out to get away. The dragon is going to go down, and now it's a formality. Everybody on 5DK is going to smoke these guys. Thorben tries to get out, drops the invulnerability. Curtain Call's going to catch him. He's going down. Double kill to the Jhin. And is that an ace? I think it is. They're moving straight towards that open inhibitor in the mid lane. I think they're looking to end this.
Ornn's just
they don't want to waste more time.
I don't think he can do much.
Nah, I mean, well, we saw what happens when he tries to fight 5 guys on his own. It's not the food chain, you know.
It's not 5 guys, burgers and fries. Here.
Oh, never mind. They didn't even let them kill the Nexus. They just hit the FF. And they're moving like Cutter's cuties right now. That's kind of crazy.